This is Central Park, one of the most famous locations in the most famous city in the world. And the other day, I was watching Spider-Man, and unsurprisingly, I saw New York in all of its glory. And with all of the cool scenes of Spider-Man swinging through New York, it got me thinking, what happens if I built the best New York location in Minecraft? But to make this even harder, I contacted a New York professional to review the build when it's complete. But the issue is, he goes on a trip in 3 months, meaning I have to get it done before then. Anyways, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so the first farm that we're going to build is the clay farm, because we need over 50,000 bricks, which is a lot. And after many hours of building, it was finally complete. Yep, this farm is insane. But now that this is finished, it's time to move on to the shulker farm. And now that that farm's finished, it's time to move on to the super smelter. But wait, I know I'm just listing all of these farms, but you may be wondering why I even need them in the first place. Yes, I know the build is tens of millions of blocks, but why these farms in specific? Well, let me break it down. Some of them are self-explanatory, like the stone farm and the clay farm, but the reason we need a ton of shulkers is to power our most important farm, the bartering farm. You see, bartering farms can either store their items in double chests, or store their items in shulker boxes in double chests, and I'm sure you can tell which one is more efficient. But we also have to add another farm into this equation, the gold farm. This is needed to power the bartering farm, because gold is the only way that we can trade with piglins. So now that I've explained why we need 2 farms to power 1, you may be thinking, why is this bartering farm so useful? Well, the bartering farm produces over 50,000 quartz ore an hour, and we need over 670,000 blocks of it. I wonder how much AFKing that's gonna take. Nope. Nope. Yep. Turns out it takes 17 hours to get 670,000 blocks of quartz if your farm produces over 50,000 quartz ore an hour. Deal with that info how you want. But now that we've built the majority of farms that we need, it's time to move on to the... As you know, Central Park is a pretty grassy place. So before we begin any of the buildings or skyscrapers, we first have to start by finding the right location to construct the massive area of grass. I then flew around for a while in hopes of finding a plains biome, cause if you didn't know, plains grass looks so much better than any other biome's grass. If you don't agree with that, fight me. Don't actually fight me, that wouldn't be good. And after looking around for a while, I had finally found what I was looking for. Okay guys, I think I found the place where we're going to build it. So the park is going to start from there and go all the way down to there. We literally have a perfect amount of plains biome. So yeah, I'm going to have to do some terraforming, but this area all the way down to there is honestly, it'll be perfect. I then spent the following days building, digging, and repairing my tools over and over and over again. The reason I wanted to do this video is because number 1, it's insane, and number 2, no one's done it. And now I'm starting to understand why no one has attempted it. Because look at this, bro, it's so low! At one point, I had to do a lot of terraforming because there was a small mountain in the way. But after a couple of days, it was finally complete. Guys, it's been a while. The blocks have been fully filled in. And now it's literally just time for everything else. And now, it's time for the real build to begin. And for us to actually figure out what these builds look like, it's time for us to visit New York in real life. No. I don't have the funds for that. But there is something else we have. Google Earth. Yay, Google Earth. So, I then began exploring Central Park in Google Earth in hopes of finding inspiration for any cool builds. Okay, I'm liking this one. We can maybe use some white terracotta, some sandstone, some prismarine for the roof. I think I want to build this one as well. This one looks really cool. I could use some quartz down here with maybe some sandstone and stuff here. And what is this? This looks really cool. Ooh, I'm liking this one. We could maybe use some I don't know. After the professional research was conducted, I then began building. Okay, so as you can see, the schematic is loaded, but there's a big gap. And you may be thinking, how's this gap going to be filled? Road. But before I began working on the road, I started the wall that goes all the way around Central Park, as well as the sidewalk that goes with it. We're going to do the little, I don't know what the Americans call it, but we call it a curve. And after all of that, I then began construction on the road. And boom, that should be enough road for now. I'm not going to do the whole road in one go because I would probably lose my sanity, which I already have. I just don't want to have to get a lobotomy. But now we just fill in the little, the what are they called? You know what? I'm just going to call them the white things. Anyway, transition. This is the road. And now that the road's done, it's time for our actual main build. And this build requires a ton of sandstone. Don't worry, I made a farm for that. But anyway, let's make a start. If I'm going to be honest, I was liking this build. It had a nice base of grey terracotta with some quartz. Terracotta, that does not look great. You cannot tell me, that does not look great. Anyway, after a couple of hours of just straight building, I had finally completed the build. And boom. Okay, our first build is now complete. Ooh, let's go. And now it's time for the car park. There's nothing much to it, to be honest. It's kind of just an empty room. But for our next build, it gets a lot more complex, which is a pattern because as we get further and further into this project, the builds get bigger and more detailed. And this next build is the most complicated that we've done so far. I know we've only done 2, but this one's going to be pretty big. But first, we got to update this road. Oh, I'm building this road. It's really cool. It's really fast. Done. This next building is made from a lot of quartz and a lot of terracotta. But you may be thinking, Connor, that's so much terracotta. That's going to take you forever to mine. I know. I was an hour and a half into mining until I found out you could smelt clay into terracotta. I never knew that. This next build is actually inspired by a hotel in downtown Manhattan. And now that I went and collected all of the materials we need, which took me a while because I had to go back and forth to like 20 farms, we are actually ready to construct our biggest build so far, which is, as you can see, if I'm going to be honest, I'm not doing the interior. I don't know who you think I am. I'm already pushing it as it is on how long we have to actually build it. But let me tell you some finer details about the build. Details with Connor. The build has some nice beams of terracotta going all the way up to the top, and next to it also has some quartz with windows. There's these bigger openings of glass that use some nether brick fence. Fortunately, I have a couple. Okay, so good progress is being made, but while I was building, I had the idea. What happens if I was quicker? Would I be able to make more progress? So I was thinking, how can I get quicker? Speed potions. So I want to go back to my base and grab a speed potion. Okay, right, let me grab this speed potion and let's go back. New York City! Okay, so if my theory is correct, I'll be able to drink this and then run whilst placing blocks. I was extremely happy about my discovery. That is actually like 2 times faster. Oh my days, oh my days. So I then built an overpowered potion brewer to make the whole process a lot easier, meaning I could build way quicker. Right? Well, a beacon does the exact same thing a speed potion does, yet it's way cheaper and it lasts forever if you stay in close proximity of the beacon. I'm a frickin' idiot. Hey guys, it's me. I'm back. And today, we're doing something different. We're doing build a garden with Connor. Build a garden with Connor. But this building, it has a nice little balcony, and it has like some nice grassy area. and it's all wholesome. I feel like we should move my panda up here. If you don't know my panda, this is my panda. His name's Kevin. Let's just fill all of this in. It's actually unreal how much materials I now have. Like, in my base, there's just so many chests of just everything. It's actually, it's insane. Look, all the nice, the nice tables and chairs, how wholesome. And after a while of building, we finally completed the build. Bro, this is literally like my favorite build ever. Like, look at the detail at the back. But this build is insane. Like, look. How did you get up here? Like, look at this view from the balcony. Imagine standing up here when every build is complete. Imagine how good that's gonna look. I'm definitely excited, but no time to waste. Despite the revelation of, like, the haste beacon, all of these free builds took me, like, 5 hours. Meaning I have to speed up, and I have to speed up right now. All 3 of these builds took me about 5 hours to complete, meaning I had to speed up or else I wouldn't get this complete in time. And the way I sped this up was caffeine. I mean, I tried, but it doesn't really work on me, so I just ate a lot of sugar, which it's probably not very good, is it? But then I moved on to the building connecting to the last, and this one wasn't too complex, but it had a nice clock tower. I then had to start one of the most detailed builds of the entire project. It's an apartment block and it used a lot of stairs and anvils to create detail. And it also had diamond blocks in the roof, just to add a little salt in the wound. But hey, we made it through. I then spent the next day just straight grinding. As I said earlier, caffeine doesn't work on me, so Coke was the way. Coca-Cola.
Pull that off till you die. It would be extremely painful.
Anyways, progress was coming along great. So this first layer is diorite, with the sides being some sandstone. And now we got the quartz with the anvils. Now we got the windows, because we're actually near the top. More brick. Windows. Wow. What a lovely view. And now we have to use prismarine. And I don't have prismarine. Meaning we gotta go to an ocean monument, and I think I know where one is. Okay, we found it, but I'm not gonna go in just yet. I need to go find a cow, so we don't get the mining fatigue, because I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna get hit with it straight away, so we need to find a cow somewhere. Is there gonna be some in this village? Hello? I don't think there's going to be a cow in there. But I can quickly get the iron from this guy. There we go. Now we just need a cow. Cow. Seen a whole load of pigs, but no cows. Frickin' hit the jackpot. Okay. Let me quickly craft a bucket. And now, get some milk. Okay, that would have been helpful to know earlier. There we go. Cheers, cow. Alright, I'm feeling a lot more prepared now. Let's go to the monument and frickin' kill some things. Alright, where should I enter from? Because I'm not trying to steal the sponge. I'm literally just trying to enter. Go. Oh, there's the sponge is right there. Okay. Oh, it's after me. Okay, right. This is actually the perfect room. This is the perfect room. Because we just need these blocks. And let's quickly drink that milk. It's mine again. I just need these dark blocks and these other cool blocks with the lines. I didn't get jump scared. I did not get jump scared, I promise. I'm gonna mine out, and then I'm gonna fly away. How much did we get? Okay, basically 2 stacks. Perfect. Alright. I made it in. We can now very slowly place these in. Oh, ugh. Okay, right, and I think there's one more right there. Ugh. Okay, I think that the outside of this build is complete. And I'm saying outside because I'm planning on doing an interior for this build. And you may be thinking, Connor, are you just doing a normal interior? No. On certain builds, I'm going to be building the interiors from different movies that are all set in New York. And with this one, I'm going to build it and you're going to have to guess which one it is. If you guess it, put it down in the freaking comments right now. Do it. Right now. Also subscribe and like the video. Anyways, let's begin. Let's do the floor. Here's a fun fact, because you might get bored of me just placing blocks. And done. Now, we got to move on to the walls. Did you know a cloud weighs over 1 million tons? Okay, that is the floor plan done. I'm just going to build up these walls a bit more now. Oh my days, wow, I'm so fast. Whoa. Okay, this is looking good, but as a professional architect, I think I'm going to change these because it's got to match this, you know? It's got to be cut sandstone, so let me just do that. I also need to go quickly get some quartz. Freaking clutch of the century. Get some of those. Then I'm going to get some bricks. So I got some quartz because right now, this just looking like the backrooms, but I can't lie. Right, I now need to do like the sort of pattern that goes like this. I think that looks good. These are going to be the stairs, as you can see. This means I need to make this wall here all quartz. And then I'm going to make a little gap here for the little cupboard under the stairs. I then use some grey carpet for the flooring, brick slabs for this other room, and then some spruce for the ceiling, and then some overall decoration. We got the little cabinets, as well as two little things for the oven. Let's get a cauldron for the sink. That's a tap, right? Right. Boop. Boop. Right, now that the kitchen's done, we can move on to the living room. And now, the interior for this build is fully complete. If you guys know what movie this is from, leave a comment down below. Because this is from the movie Harry Potter, of course. If you didn't realize when I built this, then go freaking watch the films. But you may be thinking, Connor, it's not set in New York, it's not set in New York. There's literally like 7 films. I'm sure in one of the 7 films, he goes to New York, okay?
Yo guys, I'm Harry from Harry Potter and we go to New York in all the films. We go to New York.
But guys, don't blame me. I was feeling inspired, okay? I literally just went to Harry Potter World with my girlfriend and I was like, this will look good in my New York build. Okay, fair. Does this look like the Harry Potter house? They might not be able to hear you. Say it one more time loud.
Kind of.
What she means is that it's great and it's amazing and it's perfectly accurate. And now it's time to move on to the next build. But first, I gotta quickly eat this pizza. I was developing these really cool housing blocks that use different palettes. One had sandstone, one had terracotta. So already the diversity of the build was coming out. And I was loving it. But then, it was time for our first skyscraper. As you know, there's a couple skyscrapers in New York City, so these bigger builds were inevitable. But I had to make sure to have a good range of skyscrapers, so it didn't all just blend together into some beige and mush. So, I made a start on this skyscraper that used a light grey palette, which really stuck out from most of the builds so far. The design wasn't too crazy, it just went up like most skyscrapers do, and it became the tallest build that we have made so far. But it doesn't even come close to our final build. But we don't talk about that right now. That's for later. Anyways, back to the skyscraper. Now, everything I'm building has some sort of interior, and I'm not going to build it all, or else I'm going to be over the deadline by a couple of years. But for things like hotels, I almost have to do the interior because it literally brings the whole build to life instead of just being a big, empty, soulless thing. But then, after reaching to the final layers of the hotel, it literally started building out of diamond blocks. Okay, so I was just following the build design, and then it's there. Like, look, this isn't just on this level. It goes, there's more, there's more, there's more, there's more, there's more, there's more, there's more. You know what? Let me check how many diamond blocks there are. I'm gonna freaking count. I'm gonna count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 40, 41, 42, 44, 75, 76, 77. I can't lie, I gave up. So, block of diamond, 366 blocks of diamonds are... Okay, so after a lot of thinking, I decided that I'm not going to be placing all of these. Whoa, I know, chill, relax. I'm going to place one. I'm going to place one diamond block, okay? I'm going to place one diamond block to make you guys happy. My diamonds are at home. Do I really have to go all the way back home to go get a diamond block? Don't know what to do. I hope you're happy. After finishing off the left side with a couple more buildings made of red terracotta and brick, as well as another skyscraper, this one isn't as big as the other one. It's also made of terracotta. Pretty cool. And after the completion of the left side, I then went to a concert, which was pretty fun. But since I got back at 2 AM and I had to wake up at 6 AM the next day, I had to take some time off to recover. Okay, I'm back. We've basically completed the left side, minus some few finer details that I'll do at the end. And I would say things are going quite well. Other than the facts I've been off for 3 days. We only have a couple of weeks left and I haven't even started the biggest and hardest builds yet. And a couple of weeks may sound like a good amount of time to you guys. But you're forgetting that I have a life and duties to oblige to. Which also explains the really bad upload schedule. And for me to finish this in time, I have to lock in. And I mean, lock in. But enough wasting time, let's begin with the... I wanted to switch this side up a little bit more. I used thinner building designs and I made a lot of the buildings connected. A terrace, I think. But as well as this, I wanted more unique builds, which is where this build came in. Which is directly inspired by the American radiator building. This build required a ton of black terracotta, and as well as terracotta, we needed a lot of gold blocks. But that's okay, because we made a big farm earlier. This build wasn't too big, so building it wasn't too hard. I wonder why this is called the radiator building. Do you think it's like hot? Well, actually, if we want to get technical, the color black absorbs more heat as it has a higher absorbability rate across a wide range of electromagnetic wavelengths. Meaning incoming radiation, especially visible in infrared light, is far less likely to be reflected and far more likely to be converted into internal energy. On a microscopic level, its electrons and lattice structure interact with the oscillating electric fields of the radiation, causing vibrational and electronic excitations that would randomly thermalize into random molecular motion, aka heat. Stay in school, kids. It makes you better at Minecraft building. Anyways, after that building was complete, I carried on working on the common and more uncommon builds over the coming week. I wanted this right side to have a lot more tall buildings, so that when we reach the big tall builds, it's not some drastic change. The final build is so tall that I had to get a mod to exceed the build limit. That means it's pretty damn tall. But since I'm explaining the whole process of building to you guys so quickly, I'm making it seem like it's easy. But the truth is, it's entirely the opposite. Some of these builds could literally take me a whole day to finish, and with time being so precious, it can get quite demotivating. A lot of the time, I think if actually completing this will be possible, because right now, this isn't even close compared to how hard it's going to get later. I had to commit all of my free time into this project with even a chance of getting it done, which again, explains the upload schedule. But with this newly adopted mindset of 100% commitment or nothing, my productivity skyrocketed. The right side was being demolished. Every couple of hours, a new build was complete. The taller buildings were becoming a lot easier to build, and I was getting through them so much quicker than before. Right, how is this looking? I finally just completed it. Ooh, like this and this, they both merged together so well. I can't lie, this is definitely my favorite skyscraper so far. This one's I also really love this one. I can't lie, motivation is okay. I'm getting a little bit demotivated because it's a lot, but I'm still going strong. But look guys, right now we are literally over halfway through the right side. The right side, it's been a little bit tricky, but I've learned a lot from building this side, because honestly, before this project, I haven't been much of a big builder, and this is my first experience, which is a lot. But this side taught me a lot about efficiency, and this side, I'm kind of just breezing through. And honestly, I'll be done with this side within the next couple of days, definitely. And since I put a whole day aside for AFKing at farms, my building efficiency went up like crazy. Because I didn't have to go back and forth to go top up materials. I was getting through the more detailed builds and the simpler ones so much quicker than before. My motivation was high, and it showed because after 2 long weeks, I had finally completed the right side.
Porque mi amor, why did you leave me waiting here? Why?
We have officially finished the right side. But honestly, I'm genuinely amazed on how all of this has come together so far. I did not expect it to look this good at all. I'm so, like, when the park itself gets done, it's gonna look insane. It's gonna look insane. And again, time is of the essence. So I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna wake up, and then we're gonna do this damn park. The part I've been most excited about is the park, because there's so much cool stuff coming up. We have a zoo, we have trees, we have a lot of trees. But without further ado, let's begin the... So, Central Park is one of the most memorable places in New York, and that is because of the park. And I wanted this to be accurate, meaning every small lake and path had to be the correct shape and size. I spent a while looking on Google Earth to then make a simplified outline to what I had to build. After that, I then went into Creative World to map out the roads, which I could then make a schematic that I could then use in my hardcore world. I then spent the next couple of hours slowly filling in the road schematic. And after a couple of hours of grinding, the outline of the road was complete. Okay, and after days of work, this is what we have got. This did take me quite a while, but if I'm gonna be honest, I'm used to putting in literally insane hours now. It's just like a part of my being. It's just a part of my soul, you know? But now we move on to things like the center lines and the curves, curb. Anyway, it's time to put in another 2-hour shift. Okay, all of the roads are now complete, and bro, it looks like it. Okay, so the big lake is gonna go right here, and then the zoo is gonna go like, I think here or there. I think it'll be here, but bro, this looks so good. I'm gonna be real. I did not expect it to look this good. It just looks so natural, like the road. They just look so good. It looks so good. But now it's time for me to move on to the lake, which is literally right here. So. I'm gonna have to do a lot of digging, but let's freaking begin, bro. I'm doing a time lapse because I can't be bothered to do the little cut thing where it's like loads of blocks being placed real quick. So enjoy this lovely time lapse. Oh, it's already over. You know what? That'll freaking do. That looks alright. Doesn't look too bad. And now we just dig. Yeah, bro, we just dig. Bro, it's so... wait. Little side tangent thing. Bro, it is so sunny. It's so sunny right now. The UK hasn't seen the sun in freaking months. Bro, I'm feeling like LeBron right now in the sunshine. I'm feeling like LeBron James. And I have to be inside, building Central Park Lake, instead of being out there absorbing all that vitamin D. But you know what? It is what it is, mate. I obviously got to make this deeper than just like one bit of grass, because then it would just be, it wouldn't be a lake, it would just be a big puddle. And Central Park, it doesn't have a big puddle as their lake. So I'm gonna have to dig a little deeper. I might make it like 3 blocks deep, something like that, and then we got to fill it with water. Okay, bro, How do I even begin doing this? Because, bro, I'm not dealing with just some sort of square here. I'm dealing with this shape. So what do I... Bro, that is not do it, bro.
Effortless water filling tap. Need to fill a whole...
Who needs to fill a perfect rectangle 8 years ago? You better have some crazy discovery. Just yesterday. But I don't need a bet. I'm speeding this up. Why is this 6 minutes? Right, so he flooded the area. Am I actually really gonna have to place buckets, bro? Am I going to have to place buckets? Oh, yes. Right, the lake is done. The lake is done. The lake is done. I don't care if it's freaking shallow. You can drown in it. That means it's a lake, okay? Oh, finally! I then did the path, which is accurate to the real-life map of Central Park. But while I was doing it, I came across this. Oh. 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 Yo. Oh. My goodness. Yo. Oh. Is that... Yo, is that rare? What the... Yo. Oh, no. Bro. What the hell just happened? Ah. So now I got 4 skeleton horses. Do they despawn? Despawn. Oh, I need to grab my saddles and name tags. Okay, right. They're all still here, which is good. I just need an anvil. Where's an anvil at? What build did I use anvils the most? Probably this one. Right, what should I call them? One is Pablo. Another one, Pablo Junior. Another one, Pablo Senior. Another one, Pablo Third. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. They better not despawned. Where's the other one? Where's it? Okay, the other one's here. You, sir, you're Pablo the Third. You are Pablo Senior. You look like the Pablo Junior, and you're just Pablo. You are just straight up Pablo. Now I've got to tame you. Oh wait, I don't even have to tame them. Okay, you're pretty slow. How fast are you? You're also pretty. Are all of them the same speed? Wait, these can go in the zoo, bro. Oh my, bro, they can go in the zoo. Okay, I kind of got to trap them all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna make a house for you guys. Hold up. I'm going so fast. Oh my days, I'm building this house so fast. Hey, yo. Oh, hell no. Okay. Right, you come here as well. Boom, boom. I'm gonna extend it a bit. I'm nice. Don't worry, guys. You will be in a nice enclosure soon. Don't worry. There you go. And then I'm just gonna create one more enclosure. Why are you all the way over there, bro? Why are you all the way over here? Right, you go in there. Okay, we have our 4 skeleton horses. And now it's time for the... Okay, so this is how the outline of the zoo looks. I'm putting it literally right here. There's not really anywhere else it could go. I was thinking of putting it right here, but I think it'll just look a little bit too center orientated with the massive lake right there. But this is the outline. I couldn't include everything that I wanted to include, but this is how it's gonna look. And let's freaking begin. But bro, look at these materials. I'm so rich now that I can look. Bro, who has 2 iron tray? Who has 6 stacks of glowstone? Not your average guy. I bet. I then began building the zoo, which wasn't too difficult, really. This build was heavily inspired by this other creator that I'll put in the description down below. I took the front design and I changed it a bit with the texturing of granite and mud to add to the brick. The original build was also like a lot bigger, but I had to cut that down due to the space. So I made a nice little mini zoo instead, and it came out really well. Oh yeah, I also did the floor and stuff, which is just like... It's just the floor, man. There's nothing much to say. Okay, we have now finished Central Park Zoo. And I'll admit, it's not my best work. But considering how small we have to have it, it's pretty damn good. And it's also heavily inspired by this other map. I'll put it on screen now. I took a lot of inspiration from their design, especially from the front. So credit to them. But now it's time to move on to one of our final builds in Central Park, which is the ice rink. But before we do that, we have to move in our friends. Hopefully they're still alive and well. Okay, Pablo Senior, you're coming with me. Awfully slow. Explains why he's in a zoo. But look, that looks pretty damn cool. Right, can this horse escape? I think it can because of this. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Alright, at this pace, we'll be at the zoo in about 5 hours. I then moved all of the other Pablos into the zoo. And then Pablo the third. And then over here, you got Pablo Senior and Pablo Junior. But that is Central Park Zoo complete. In the future, I might add to this. I might make it bigger somehow. We're quite cramped on space, so I might have to expand it here. I was thinking maybe I could get all of the rarest mobs in the game, put it in there. That'd be cool, but... I then did the ice rink, which is probably single-handedly the most boring build of this entire video. It's just like, just ice. Okay, the ice rink is now complete. It didn't take very long. But I know there's some details missing, and don't worry guys, this path is going to be changed to stone. The elevation's going to be fixed a little bit. Trust me, it's going to be good. But now, our final thing that we need to do at the moment to the park is adding all of the trees, which is going to bring it all to life. I mean, we now just have to add all the trees. I'm going to go collect all my bone meal, all of the saplings that I have. Will this be enough? I might use some spruce. I'm going to use mainly oak, but I might use some spruce because, and some birch. Yeah, I'm feeling inclusive. I then began with the trees and saplings, but it didn't last long because I ran out of both of them. But I then had the idea to go in a creative world and use the world edit brush tool to place some trees, and then I copy the schematic of a couple of trees, and then I take them into my hardcore world and I use them instead of just placing saplings, because to be honest, it's pretty easy. It's just a tree. But after I got through all of that, it's time for me to reveal to you Central Park.
Sometimes I get a little shy, but I don't want to wait you. You make me want to touch the sky. You make me want to get you. I ain't no social butterfly, but when I'm next to you, I feel like I want to dance all night. Baby,
And now that this is all complete, you may be thinking, Connor, what's next? Well, I'll tell you what's next. You know those buildings I've been talking about the entire video? That are difficult and big and long? Well, it's time for us to move on to that. The final stage. And this is where the final builds are going to be constructed. And you may be thinking, Connor, there's a mountain in the way. And I'm like, I know. Because we have loads of TNT Jeepers to literally purge this whole mountain. The TNT Jeepers have done their thing. And this is what we are left with. This looks crazy. Bro, look at this. This looks great. But enough staring. It's time to begin the... Okay, as I said, it's time for the bigger builds. But you may be thinking this entire video, what buildings could possibly be featured? Well, those buildings are the Comcast building, Worldwide Plaza, and most importantly, the Empire State Building. And that's only naming a couple. But these builds are going to be the hardest yet due to their sheer size. The Empire State literally goes beyond build limit. I only have 15 days remaining, and this is going to be the hardest stretch yet. But the first build that we're going to start on is this building, the Sunny College of Optometry. It looks cool and it's very New Yorky. I then spent the next following day just grinding as hard as I could with the build, and yes, I completed it, but my motivation was dead. I had spent nearly 3 months on this project, and I was honestly just getting burnt out. The fact that I had the hardest and biggest build still ahead of me made me not want to carry on. I had already spent so long getting this far, and despite my efforts, quitting was the only thing that I wanted to do. But with one final effort, I revisited the inspiration for this whole project. At first, I was already experiencing flu-like symptoms from seeing New York City again, because I've seen that place more times than I have my own house these past couple of months. But after really just taking it in, I realised that I had something great that hasn't ever been done in hardcore Minecraft before. I had nearly built my favourite location in the world, and I was just gonna give up on the final stretch. So, I turned off the movie right before the plot got questionable, and I was left with the thoughts if I was really gonna give up. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Of course I didn't give up, look at that time bar, we still got time left. I only had 11 days left to complete the project, and these 11 days will consist of constructing 6 different buildings. So, enough time wasting, let's get to it. I then spent the following weeks putting in more than 10 hours a day, and since I was off for break, that's all I spent my time doing. The first buildings I started with was the Worldwide Plaza and the Grace Building, as those were the easier ones. And even though they're quite simple, I think they look pretty damn good. But then, I was met with the Comcast Building. So this is where we're going to be building, and I'm going to start with the base, because I just want to show you guys how big this really is. Okay, so that's the base. Imagine that, but like 280 blocks higher. But it wasn't too hard, as the build itself was quite simple. However, it's just really, really repetitive. But now, I want to take a little break from doing the outside, because I want to begin on doing some of the interior, because right now, it's looking pretty bland, and this is like one of the biggest builds. I have to spice it up a little bit, you know, guys, but yeah, right now, we got this checkered floor, then we got like these doors to nowhere. So I need to add my little touches. So let's start with some quartz pillars around. Put some here. And then here, I want to do some sort of like front desk area. How does that look? Are we cooking? Then they got their little chair. They can have a block of gold as their TV. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'll be pretty happy to have a block of gold for my TV. I'm so tired, man. I'm so tired. Caffeine don't even work on me, and I've run out of Coca-Cola, and I also don't think I can drink anymore because it's apparently bad for you. Apparently it has like 60 grams of sugar, and you're only meant to have like 30 grams a day. Let me add some carpet. But right now, what happens if I do this? Oh, yup. Someone hire me as an interior designer. Oh my. And also, you may be thinking, Connor, why do you have a stack of gold? Golden elevator. You know when you're so tired, like you don't blink for like 5 seconds, your eyes start watering and they get really tired and you just want to go. That's me. I want to be done with this. But gold elevators, because that's what I assume rich people have. Because if you have the money to have a gold elevator, why wouldn't you have one? This elevator, of course, isn't practical because you won't get very far. But it's all about the illusion, guys. So, whack that there. That is now a gold elevator, I think. Does that look like an elevator to you guys? Yeah. Oh, it's uneven. It's freaking... You know what? No one's gonna notice. No one is gonna freaking notice. Who else is gonna be playing this world? Wait, I didn't even have to... I could have saved so much gold. Wait. I just scammed myself. I don't have to do all that. There's something missing. I don't know, that it's not giving me full elevator vibes. I don't know. I think I know what it's missing. There we go. I went to finish off the outside of the build, and after that, I only had one thing left to do. Bro, look at the view from up here. Bro, this looks so good, man. What the hell? And finally, to finish it all off, we're going to build the Comcast sign, which is at the very top of the building. It uses some nice colors. Let's finish this damn sign. Beep. 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 Bro, Easy Place is probably the best invention of all time, along with the air fryer. Because like, look out. Oh, it's so nice. It's just so, it's so lovely. And then boom. Yeah, let's go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This looks so good. Woo! Bro, this is the best building so far. 100 freaking %. Okay, another one of the hardest builds was now complete. But that took me 3 entire days. Time is running out. I know, it's running out. I'm going in fancy quartz building. This only took me a day, as well as the building next to it. But after that, that side was practically complete. But of course, something is missing. The Empire State. Not yet. Nearly though. Okay. Things are looking really good, other than all of that. But now, you may be thinking, Connor, it's time to move on to the middle building. It's time to move on to the Empire State Building. And I say not yet, because we still have this side to do. But guys, don't worry. I'm not going to make you sit through just me building for another 10 minutes while I while I look depressed in the corner. Matter of fact, this time, I'm not even going to show you what I've built. Because at the end of the video, I'm going to surprise you with how this side looks. Because you've seen everything else. You're going to see that side straight away. So I'm going to have to do a little surprise. So stay tuned to the end of the video to watch that. This is going to take me a couple of days, and you're not going to see any of the process, which is basically how this whole video's gone, because you guys have probably seen about like 5% of all the recordings I've done. Probably even freaking less. Because, bro, I have a terabyte large disk on my computer, right? And this is a new computer. Since I got this computer, all I've been doing is this. That's like 500 gigabytes of footage. But guys, stay tuned. You're going to see this soon. But now, it's time for the final build on this side. The Empire State Building. You may be thinking what makes this build so hard. It has 8,255 blocks of iron, and it also goes to build limit. It also costs 85,000 white terracotta. Like, listen, the build itself isn't a crazy Minecraft feat. The hard part is funding it. It's like me building a house out of diamonds. It's not building the 4 walls and roof this hard. It's getting the damn diamonds that's the difficult part. But with only a week remaining, I powered on. I spent the following days AFKing at the iron farm and smelting all of the terracotta I needed. And then, I began. I'm honestly shocked that I managed to do this. It was an extremely ambitious project, and I put it at the back of my head at first because I knew that it would cause me to literally stop uploading for months, as well as taking up all of my time. But I couldn't get the idea out of my head. And then I slowly began to reconsider, asking myself if it was something I could realistically do. So I loaded up my hardcore world I hadn't played in months with one mission: to build Central Park in Minecraft. And that mission is now, and like that, Central Park is now complete. After many hours and days of grinding, late nights, and wondering if I could even get it done, it's finally complete. Imagine standing up here when every build is complete. Imagine how good that's gonna look. But there's still one more thing left to do. Hello?
Hello.
Is this the New York expert?
This is, yes. You speak to him.
Okay, do you remember the build that I told you about? The one that I was gonna do, I was gonna recreate New York.
What, on Minecraft?
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember that.
It's finally done.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are you ready to see?
Yep.
Okay, let me show you now. Here's the very first building. What you thinking?
Yeah, I'm thinking it looks pretty good, yeah.
We got the split lanes. We got the sidewalk, nice sidewalk.
I just want to say that the sidewalk needs to have a bit of like texture and stuff. That's all. But yeah.
Detailed building. I think it looks really
Yeah,
cool.
I like that one.
Oh,
That
you
one's
like that one. Then we got like these little blocks here, these housing blocks.
cool. Oh, okay.
We got this cool building with some more little like shop and house blocks.
Nice. Oh,
Oh,
well, that's not in New York.
And this was our first skyscraper. This was the first skyscraper.
It's looking a bit empty.
We have this red building and this brick building, and then we also have another little skyscraper.
Nice. I don't see any interior again, but it's fine.
It's in there. And then right here we have the Worldwide Plaza.
Nice. That looks cool.
Yeah, look, there's some interior. You know,
Oh, there's actually floors.
it's
Wow.
floors. And then we have the Comcast building. And then, finally, we have the Empire State Building.
Nice. That is cool.
This gotta be my favorite build.
It definitely does look the coolest. Especially at the bottom, how it goes up.
Yeah, that's how most buildings go. So, after seeing all of this, what do you think?
It's alright.